Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my story time. I'm Auntie Heather or Mrs. Stamper, however you know me, and welcome to my channel. If you like the content I create, then please click like, subscribe, and ding-a-ling the notification bell. Now, this is a very special series of readings that I'll be doing for the month of August because I'm participating in uh, an American Cancer Society readathon type thing. I'll put the link in the description below so that if you feel like donating, you go right ahead and do that. This will also be posted on my Facebook page for those that don't YouTube. And so, yeah, no excuses. You have to see me. All right. What I'm doing is a blind read through. Now, I don't mean eyes covered blind. I mean, I haven't read this book before, and the reactions that you're going to get are real and could be hilarious. So, this is the book that I'll be reading, The Eyes and the Impossible by Dave Eggers. It's the Newbery Award winner for 2024. See, shiny. It's catching the glare and everything. I'm going to read the back cover and some notes on the inside and then start with chapters. There are a total of hang on, 39 chapters. So I'll probably read one chapter a day on some of the days and two chapters on another. It depends on how long each chapter is. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So here is the back cover. Johannes is a free dog, a free and fast dog who lives in a park by the sea. His job as the Eyes is to report all that he sees to three ancient bison who help keep the equilibrium of the park for all the animals who live within. But new arrivals from afar upset that equilibrium and change Johannes's ideas of himself and his world. Will he be able to restore things to how they were? And should he? Sounds very intriguing. Basically, a seeing eye dog for blind bison. Why not? Here's a note on the inside. I am a dog called Johannes, and I have seen you. I have seen you in this park, my home. If you have come to this park, my vast green and windblown park by the sea, I have seen you. I have seen everyone who has been here, the walkers and runners and bikers and horse riders and the bison seekers and the picnickers and the archers in their cloaks. When you have come here, you have come to my home, where I am the eyes. That's a fine how do you do, I must say. Pages are nice and thick. Oh, here's another note. This is a work of fiction. Fiction means not real. Fiction means fake. No places are real places. No animals are real animals. And most critically, no animals symbolize people. Okay. It is a tendency of the human species to see themselves in everything, to assume all living things, animals in particular, are simply corollaries to humans. Ooh, got some big words here. But in this book, that is not the case. Here, the dogs are dogs, the birds are birds, goats are goats, the bison, bison. A big word corollaries that kind of means like equals or is near equal to what it's representing. Big words. We're going to build our vocabulary with this book, I can tell. That's exciting. There's not a lot of pictures, it looks like, in this book, so I'm going to make sure to showcase the ones that are there because they are gorgeous. Look at that. See the dog running in the meadow there? Ah, oh, very pretty. All right, chapter one. I turn before I lie to sleep, and I rise before the sun. I sleep inside and sleep outside and have slept in the hollow of a thousand-year-old tree. When I sleep, I need warmth. I need quiet. I need freedom from sound. When I sleep, I dream of mothers and clouds. Clouds are messengers of God. And I dream of pupusas, for I love pupusas and eat them with gusto. I don't know what pupusas are, but I'll have to look that up because it sounds delicious. I am the dog called Johannes, and I have seen you. Oh, it's like the note from the beginning. I have seen you in this park, my home. If you have come to this park, my vast green and wind-blown park by the sea, I have seen you. I have seen everyone who has been here. The walkers and runners and bikers, and horse riders and the bison seekers and the picnickers and the archers in their cloaks. When you have come here, you have come to my home, where I am the eyes. I have seen all of you here, the big and small and tall and odorous, so the stinky ones. The travelers and tourists and locals and roller skating humans and those who play their brass under the mossy bridge and the jitterbug people who dance over the other bridge and bearded humans who try to send flying discs into cages but usually fail. Flying discs into cages. Sounds like frisbee golf. I see all in this park because I am the eyes, and I have been entrusted with seeing and reporting all. I ask the turtles about me, ask the squirrels. Don't ask the ducks. The ducks know nothing. Well, okay then. I run like a rocket. I run like a deer or a laser. You have never seen speed like mine. When I run, I pull at the earth and make it turn. I have you seen me? Have you not seen me? Not possible. You are mistaken. No one has seen me running because when I run, human eyes are blind to me. I run like light. Have you seen the movement of light? Well, have you? Oh, all right then. Sounds very mysterious. You have not seen the movement of light, but I still like you. You did not expect this or deserve this, but I do. I like you. I was born here. It's a story. My mother was housekeeper and still is. When she was pregnant, she came here to a hollow in a tree and waited for us to be born. I don't know, and she doesn't know why she chose to have us in the woods rather than in the safety of her human home, for she lived in the human home. For she lived then in a human home, and she has a tag and is fed daily and petted always and cared for by human doctors who have kept her alive so long, so much longer than she would have lived out here. Why she had us out here, I don't know, but she did. And when we all came out of her, oily and whimpering, she did an unexpected thing. She picked one of us and brought that one, Leonard, my brother, to her human lair. And apparently her humans were thrilled to have her back home and delighted with her new son. The rest of us she left in the hollow of that tree. I am not bitter. I am a comet. I have vague recollections of another dog feeding us pups in those early days. I have cloudy memories of that dog's smell. But was it a dog? Or was it a fox or a raccoon? Janie says it was an owl. Joni says it was a squirrel. Those are my sisters, Joni and Janie. They there is also my brother Stephen. Someone fed us for those crucial first days, and it was only a few weeks before we could fend for ourselves, and we did. We fended and we grew, and we were good. Leonard was being fed from a kibble bag while we scrounged for what we could find in the park. We were hungry, but we were free. I still fend and still scrounge and am still free. I have always been free. No one feeds me. I am unkempt and free. This is my life. God is the sun. Clouds are her messengers. Rain is only rain. Well, that's all you've ever known. Yeah, but wow. Huh. Wonder why mom didn't take the rest of the pups with her. The park is enormous. I am not a math expert, but I believe it is 10,000 miles along its length and about 3,000 along its width. It is long and narrow, and it leads from the gray city all the way to the rough gray patch of angry ocean that meets a vast windy beach where people drown 3 or 4 times a year in the sinewy muscles of the savage sea. Wow. I have been to this beach and I have not drowned. I have crossed roads and highways and remained unharmed. I have bitten a leg or two when necessary, and I have leapt from a rooftop and came away fine. I am strong. I stared straight into a solar eclipse and nothing happened. I cannot be defeated. Maybe I'll never die. In those early days, Joni and Janie and Stephen and I found the garbage near the snack vendors and we ate heartily from the garbage. It was so easy and we ate well. We ate half-eaten hot dogs and parts of pretzels and drank incomplete juices and sodas and spit out the sodas, for they were offensive to us then and still are now. There was so much food here, so much that it was, and still is, so very often, so easy to eat often and well. Then Joni and Janie and Stephen disappeared, and it was strange how it happened. We were still puppies, I know that now. We were all puppies and were watching the humans dancing near the bridge one day, just the four of us sitting and watching the band and the dancing, when suddenly human hands lifted them. Joni and Stephen saying things about how they were puppies and so small and so fuzzy. And I thought, no. And I told Janie, run. And she thought, yes, and said yes and stayed. And she was lifted up too. So they were taken by humans, and I assumed they became kept dogs, pets. And I ran into the woods where I remained free and became the eyes. That is a very interesting introduction. Holy cannolis. Let me see here. Okay, I'm going to read the second chapter, and that's where I'll call it quits for the day. Let me just get a quick drink here. I am going to mess up words because, like I said, this is a blind read. I've not read this before. So I will make mistakes, but that's okay because mistakes make us better readers. So there. Yeah. Even Gigi says it's okay. Yeah. All right. Chapter 2. How I Became the Eyes. Yes, it is a story. One day, I ran like light through the park. I heard a rumbling voice. Stop, it said. I would never think of stopping for anyone, for I am free and fast. But this voice was both commanding and kind, a motherly sort of voice. So I did not stop. No, I did not stop just like that. How could I? But I slowed to the speed of sound. Come here, please. Yeah, said the voice. And I slowed to the speed of an airplane and came closer to the voice, which seemed to be coming from a fur-covered boulder. The boulder was speaking to me through the woods. Come closer, said the voice, and I slowed to regular mortal mammal at top speed and came closer and saw the boulder with a living thing, a bison. Yes, you hear Gigi, he's adding his 2 cents into the story as well. I had seen the bison from far away, from the road that cuts through the park and along which I sometimes run because I like to race the cars. Oh, Lord, I'm so much faster. It's such a cruel joke how much faster I am. It's embarrassing to cars and the humans that drive them and the humans that make them. I rendered them silly, but I am not sorry. Come here and talk to me, the voice said. And when I did so, I could see this bison up close and I could see that she was very old. This was Freya. I am not a scientist of time, but I estimate she was 6,000 years old. She is now older still. She was one of 3 bisons. The other 2 are Meredith and Samuel, who live in a large fenced-in park within the park. They have been here always, and they are slow-moving and often tired. It seems, but they have ruled the park for millions of years or more. I have seen you run, Freya said to me, her eyes huge and heavy-lidded. You are very fast, she said, and I nodded seriously, pridefully. We, the rulers of this park, need to know what happens within it. And most of the rabbits are gone now. and the owls are unreliable. They make up things, and they have their own agenda, Meredith says, not unkindly. Meredith was the warmest of the three, the first to believe, the first to encourage. And of course, the ducks are morons, said Samuel. Well, that wasn't very nice. I mean, ducks can be silly, but rude. He was the most cynical, the most tired, the most funny. I knew the rabbits had disappeared, but I did not know this about the owls, about their unreliability. I made a mental note to remember how that owls have their own agenda. The ducks, though, I already knew they were morons. We would like you to be our eyes, Freya said. That would be good. You would be good, Meredith said. I wanted to be their eyes, so I became the eyes. Don't screw up, Samuel said. Thanks, Samuel. Let's keep it real. And so it was. My task was simple but crucial. I would run the park daily, as I always did, but now, after sunset each day, I would report to the bison what I had seen. Was there anything new? The bison wanted to know. Was there anything troubling? Was there anything that they needed to know about what might upset the equilibrium? Yeah. Well, I can tell you're going to have to make an appearance because, yeah, that's what you be like. If you're still here by the end of the chapter, I'll show you off, okay? Okay. The park has an equilibrium, as all natural places do, and the bison watch it and protect it. They are the keepers of the equilibrium. The equilibrium is upset. Uh, if the equilibrium is upset, there are problems. If the park's people cut a new path across the width of the park, that means more people will come when the animals had been alone and undisturbed, and that might upset the balance. If there are new buildings, that upsets the equilibrium. New roads, new rules. It all affects the equilibrium. The system, our system, is a good one. I see something, I tell the bison, they conjure a solution. When there was a new road cutting through the forest where most of the raccoons lived, I told the bison and they decided where and when the raccoons needed to relocate. When the foxes and the squirrels had disagreements over territory, I reported this to the bison and they decided who gets what. When a mass of humans is being too destructive and disrespectful to the land, I tell the bison and they direct Bertrand and his birds to drop unruly, uncomfortable amounts of feces on these humans. Icky bird poop. Problem solved. And it all starts with what I see, the news I gather. Most of my news is about the humans. They run and roller skate and picnic and generally do what they should do in parks. They play croquet, they climb trees, bikes are ridden and paths are walked. Such people are not a problem. But then there are people who are a problem. There are concertiers and the campers, both of whom can be problems. The concertiers come once a year, and when they do, they play deafening music in the grass, in the oval, and this is a problem. The concertiers come from near and far and generally have not been to our park before, and they have no idea where they are, or that it is a place in and of itself, a place inhabited by thousands of permanent residents like myself, and not simply a stage for their standing and nodding and twirling. The concertiers nearly ruin the park once a year with their noise and garbage and vomit and indiscriminate urination. Ew, nasty. But they leave, and we can recover. I guess the porta potties didn't work. The campers are complicated. Some stay and have stayed for years, and we know them by name, and some of them are not as at all a problem. Marianne and Dennis sleep in a tidy tent near the duck pond and have been there as long as I have. Thomas, near blind, feeds birds and squirrels and lives by the sea. He's been here for what some say is 1,000 years. All of these campers are like us. They live quietly, and they walk gently, gently, gently in the woods. They respect the equilibrium. But then there are the trouble travelers. These humans are not so good. They eat and drink smelly things and are sick and loud. They fight and they steal. They leave bottles and papers and feces. They attack strangers and mistreat animals. They make the woods perilous and they make them smell. Usually they travel through the park in big, loud vehicles. They are passing through on their way from and to other places. They do not care about our home. Most humans, though, through pass through our and are fine. I know this is their park as much as it is mine. The bison understand this. The turtles and the squirrels understand this. The ducks understand nothing, but that's another thing entirely. Jeez, harsh on the ducks. Most humans live in their pale concrete homes on their gray asphalt streets and come through for an hour or two, and I watch them. I watch the runners and the horse riders and the archers. I watch the soccer players and the soccer watchers. I watch the families and their children suddenly let loose. Watch the dog walkers and laugh at the kept dogs. Ha ha hoo! I laugh like this. Ha ha hoo! Ha ha hoo! Pets. These kept dogs on their leashes. They pretend I'm laughing with them and not at them, and that makes me laugh harder. Ha ha hoo! Ha ha hoo! Delightful, delightful, delightful. I laugh at how they are kept and how they pretend to be free like me. They act all casual with me, like the leash is no problem. Like they would just as soon be free like me. Like they could be free if they wanted. But that is a joke I laugh at with great fervor. Ha ha hoo! I laugh so much I cry and cry and cry enormous tears of limitless mirth. Not free is not free. These kept dogs know the difference and have chosen the kibble in a bag. They have chosen the under table leftovers. They have chosen the roof overhead and the leash. The leash, the leash, the leash. Ha ha, I say, for I am a different breed. This is a very fascinating book. It doesn't protect us, our sensitive, delicate ears from words like bathroom words like urination and feces. That's part of nature, it's part of life. I don't like that he disrespects the ducks, but maybe we'll find out why. Maybe they did something really foolish one day. I don't know. Gigi, you around? Gigi has left the room. I took too long. How dare I? Okay, so those were the first two chapters of The Eyes and the Impossible. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, we're raising money for the American Cancer Society. So like, subscribe, dingling the notification bell, and if you are able to, follow the link and donate. It would be great. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day, and Roma, Riva, and Krishna, Auntie Heather loves you very much, and Auntie Heather loves the rest of you too. Take care. Bye-bye.